Welcome to the exciting and new podcast. This is a mini, and I am Jason.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Brian.
And I'm Caitie.
Yay! Yeah, I was gonna say you have a button for that, right?
I was like, yeah, you remember the sound card this week.
Short and sweet.
That's our regular.
You some bitch. Oh man, Jackie
Can't get
Gleason.
enough of that.
R.I.P. Jackie Gleason. Good stuff. All right, Minnie.
Mini, here we are. Anybody watching Swarm?
I did not start Swarm yet.
What
I'm
is
watching
that?
Swarm. It's on Amazon right now. Donald Glover wrote and directed it.
Really?
Yeah, it's about a girl who's a big fan of a pop star. Nyjah is a rapper, like pop star, huge sensation. She's got like so many Grammys and all this stuff. And she is a very rabid fan, and
So like
she
a stalker, like a stalker.
she starts
kind of fan?
doing things. There's like, yeah, it's very, 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 very like just dark.
Is it like
Yeah.
Selena? Like the end of Selena?
Yeah, right.
That's Selena was when she got killed.
The fan
Super fan
kills her,
killed
yeah.
her,
Well,
yeah.
it's based off a true
Wasn't
story.
it like
but
her
she became her
the head of her fan
head of her
club or
fan
something
club
like
or
that?
something?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But
It was
no,
her
it wasn't.
friend.
So I'm only 3 episodes in out of 7. But right now, she's just been going after people that have said negative things about this pop star, like on Twitter and stuff like that.
Oh my God, how do you keep up with that? I mean, there's millions of people doing that all the time.
She has like an account that she had on there, like a Hive account for this artist, and so it got like a lot of followers. Her and her friend or her sister ran this account, and they were like huge fans and everything.
All I can think of when you brought that up was the end of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where they go house to house, beating up the people that gave them negative reviews and stuff.
But first they have to go into the restaurant to look it up if they don't have internet.
Yeah, right.
But this was it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Amazon, 3 episodes in.
Cool.
I'm enjoying it. Donald Glover.
He's in
good.
it, or he wrote it.
He's wrote and directed it. He hasn't been in the first 3
So
episodes.
I think the relative of his is in it, either a son or a nephew or something like that. I don't know.
It might be possible.
Yeah, I thought I saw another Glover name in the credits when I was looking at it the other day.
Danny.
'Cause I think his
His
son
uncle.
is like 5.
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe it's a brother.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm only assuming it's a boy too. It could have been a girl's name. I don't remember at all. It could be his sister, his mom. I don't know. Or Danny Glover. He's too old for this shit, though. That's what he keeps saying.
Yeah, he's retiring soon.
He's been retiring for 50 years.
What Korean dramas have you watched this week?
So only one. I mean, I watched a few, but only one that I finished. Run On, and it's
That's the one Andy was not even talking about because he never heard of it.
What?
it's about this woman who's a translator and
Korean, right?
Korean, yeah.
Just so we get that out of the way. I wasn't sure if you had actually established
So
that.
she's
yet.
translating Korean for.
She does movies, but then this guy that she ends up becoming her boyfriend is from a wealthy family, but he's a runner from the national team, and hijinks ensue.
When you say
and
runner,
family
like a
problems.
track and field runner?
Track-
That kind of-
yeah,
okay.
sprinter.
Okay. And like we translate like a voice actor, like on a
she
movie or
takes
TV?
American movies,
Dubs them.
and dubs them.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Or not
Yeah.
does the subtitles for them. Yeah,
Nice.
it
And
was
it's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
All right.
No one famous.
I mean, I don't know how many Korean people I know, actually. Maybe-
I know other people from other shows, in
Yeah.
it, but no, I don't know their name.
Yeah, you always call them by their character's name.
Yeah, and even then, mostly not even their most. Oh, that's the attorney Wu guy.
Listen, I still call Mark Wahlberg Marky Mark, so like I'll let it slide because his song came on the other day. It's like, hey, it's Marky Mark. What have you been watching?
Yellow Jackets came back.
Oh yes, I watched the first episode.
Same.
I watched the first episode too.
It was
What
good.
a great episode! I loved it. I
felt like-
couldn't wait for it to come back. I've been really,
I agree
really
with that.
I
excited.
just watched
You
it
have been
like last
excited.
month, and I've been biting at the. I liked it, but I felt like feels like it's still building. Like it was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
You know
but,
what?
like,
Definitely.
it's gonna go
I
crazy.
also read the
I think
only
that's
one-
my problem with it, but we get it.
I also read they only want to do 5 seasons. That's the arc that they have. So they want to tell their story. That's the story that they have for
5
it.
seasons.
Yeah.
That even seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's
Not
my,
really, because they're 2 months in now.
I
It's a
thought
19
they were.
month.
I thought there were
Oh,
more
true.
months than that. In I thought someone's been dead for 2 months.
Wait,
I thought they.
Are you ever going to watch this show?
Nah, I don't want to spoil.
I watched
anything.
half
Yeah,
of the
we're not.
first
Yeah, we
season.
try not to do spoilers.
Bleep out that name that I said halfway through because I don't want. If anybody's
that
ever
was
going
a
to watch it, I don't
spoiler.
want to spoil.
Yeah, I won't
But
remember it till I listen to it again.
I thought they said that she had been dead for 2 months already.
They did.
So they've been more than 2 months out there.
Yeah,
I guess
and then before that person died, they had been there for at least a month or two.
Yeah, so I'm like, they got to get on with it because winter's going to be over soon, and then it's going to be spring, and then you're like,
I think
it's not as like.
Well, I think we're getting into
The
some different
deepest-
territory.
I know, but they got to get there. Like I was really kind of thinking the end of
But
the
it kinda
season.
got
Can I
there at
say
the
a
end there.
sentence that I don't think is a spoiler, but maybe needs to be bleeped out? I think they're going to eat the baby.
I think that too. I thought that too.
Is that like jumping the shark?
Isn't that baby?
No, that baby's not that person.
No, I guess
Because
it's not.
that
The timeline
person's
doesn't
too
add.
young.
The timeline doesn't add up. You're right.
So I think that baby's going to come back in in some kind of way.
I liked it.
adult.
I'm not shitting on it, but I'm just like I feel like the stuff in the wild needs to get on with it.
That's what I read. It was 2 months into winter. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
read. 2
Okay.
months into winter.
Yeah,
Well, I think
I
we're
feel
gonna
like just got to
see-
get on with it.
I'll see. I'm always excited when they go back there because I just
Yeah,
keep waiting.
I don't
wanna
rush it.
It's got to be something truly terrible.
Right, but if they're only there for 19 months and they're like, say, 4 months through, like
I think we're going to see 2 winters.
Let's go.
I think this is the first winter.
maybe.
And you haven't seen the first episode. Never mind. There's something that happens in it that made me
I
go
did.
like.
I saw.
I think you know what I'm talking about
yeah.
too.
I
was like,
didn't.
And Ted Lasso is back.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
watching
Ted
that.
Lasso's good. That last episode of Ted Lasso, the locker room scene when they were talking about Zarva or whatever that
Yes.
one guy and
Zava.
and they kept misunderstanding what he was coming in to tell them. Oh my god.
I just
I was like,
that 30 seconds ago.
it feels like a who's on first kind of skit, but it was so funny. Like, oh my god, are you talking about Zava? And he's like, wait, what was I? That was a very good episode.
He just kept giving them information he didn't mean to give them.
What's it? Shrinking was good this week.
I did not get to Shrinking yet. No.
I watched the second episode and half of the third, so I'm
You're getting there.
I'm moving back in because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of
Are you
Korean
liking it?
stuff I'm trying to get. I'm liking that a lot.
Yeah, it's good, right?
It's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shrinking's all good. I think it's coming back soon too. Or did
All
they?
right.
No,
Wait.
sorry, no. I'm getting mixed up with Severance. Severance is coming back soon.
like,
Yeah, I've never seen Severance. Was that good?
Shrinking.
Did it even
Shrinking.
end?
They
I was
are. They signed it for a second season. That's
Okay,
what I
they did.
saw.
Okay, because now was this the last episode? Because this was episode 10.
I don't know.
So I
Apple
don't know if
TV.
I don't know.
I know. Yeah, I just got that. on
But
the
Severance
TV,
is
so now I can
very
watch it.
good. Severance is really good.
Severance is on my list to watch. I haven't started.
just
that
finished
yet.
It's like a sci-fi show,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, that news show, Explosion.
Exposition?
No, it's like it's like the futuristic one.
Oh, I don't know about
I keep
that
seeing
one.
the trailer for it before Ted Lasso.
I don't know
that
that
looks good, but it looks like very sci-fi.
Yeah, but Severance is.
Yeah, that was the
excellent.
last
That's the
episode.
Adam
of
Scott
season
one?
Yeah, Adam Scott, John Turturro, Christopher Walken.
Brady told me to watch.
Yeah,
that.
you get a chip implanted in your head that blocks your memories as a person outside of work. Like your work person and your home person are like two
that's-
separate people.
Is it in the
Scary.
future or is it
It
like
doesn't
now?
feel like it is. I mean, all the outside stuff seems to be like present day. So yeah, it's wild.
Oh, and I saw Inside the that horrifying Willem Dafoe movie.
I don't know that one.
He's the only one in
Is that
it.
new?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be in theaters much longer.
I haven't even
I
heard
haven't
of
heard
that.
that. Yeah,
What's it called?
It's called Inside, and it's really just Willem Dafoe,
he's the only one in it. Like
basically, and it's about him being trapped in.
what's he trapped inside?
And he's an art thief, and he gets trapped inside the person's apartment.
Sounds interesting.
And there's no
I
running
did
water.
hear. I
and
did
there's
hear
no
about
food.
that. Yes, and the person's like gone for months or something
You
like
heard good
that.
Yes.
things about it?
I
or-
did hear really good things
Yeah.
about
It
that.
was-
Now that you described the
It was
plot, I know I've heard
disturbing,
about it.
but
yeah.
it was good. And Scream 6.
You saw
I didn't
it?
see Scream 6 yet.
Was it good?
I heard it was
loved
good. Yeah.
Did you like the most recent one? Like
I
Scream
liked
I
5.
did.
too. I
guess?
didn't love 4, but I liked 5.
4 I didn't like.
I don't remember
5 I
4.
enjoyed a lot.
6 I liked more than 5.
All right.
Okay.
It's very meta, but it's good. You don't like it. Have you seen any of the Scream movies?
I saw the first 2, I think.
I think I saw the first 3 in the theater, but I didn't. I don't even know if I saw 4.
It's not good.
And then I saw 5.
I don't remember 4 being good. No.
It was fine, but like
Was Nev Campbell and Courtney Cox in it?
Yes.
They were in that one? Oh, jeez, I don't even
'Cause-
remember.
That
and
was
then-
the one with
But now
the Sheriff
Courtney Cox
Dookie.
is back, but Nev's not, right?
no, they mentioned
Scary-
Sydney, but they don't
uh,
show her.
But my girl's in it, Jenna Ortega.
Yes,
I love
she's
Jenna
so
Ortega.
good.
And it's funny because I didn't know she was in the last one because she was a nobody then, but she was
She's
in
also
Scream
in X.
5.
She was really good in
Oh, was
X.
she?
Yeah.
I
But
wanted to see that. I
X
love
is
horror
great.
movies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for. The
That's on our
Post-Exorcist
list.
that's coming out.
I think you should give a shout out to this moonshine.
I don't have the name in front of me. The bottle's upstairs, but I'll get it in our break and then shout it out during the main podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because it's good stuff, right?
Yeah, it's very good.
I mean, it's all the way from Alabama. It's the only good thing that came out of Alabama on my trip there. No, it's not true. Alabama was fun. Getting out of Alabama sucked. But I talked about that last week. Man, I don't know.
I started
saw
a new documentary.
Yellow Jackets. I saw Ted Lasso. I saw Severance. I finished. Shrinking. I haven't seen yet. Mandalorian was good this week.
Yes,
a
it
good
was.
episode of
Oh,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian's
It was quick.
back.
Yeah,
It was quick and
Directed by
and
Carl
got-
Weathers,
I
too.
saw that. Yeah.
I started Mandalorian finally.
Yeah.
Is this the one
Two
that
and a half
has-
episodes
Wait,
in.
you're on season 1?
3.
Oh, you're in season 3.
Now, did you watch Boba Fett?
I did.
Okay, so you know the episodes of Boba Fett that were Mandalorian centric.
Yeah, and you were right when you said going into this without watching that,
Yeah.
you would have no idea what the hell's going on.
It was a stupid idea. It was really either stupid to,
And I think I was just maybe trying to. That's him correcting it or trying to correct
but
it.
I don't think they knew when Boba Fett first came out that Boba Fett was going to suck. So did they know to put 3 episodes that were, or at least 2 were Mandalorian only
Yeah.
out of a 7-episode season like that?
No, it was 6 episodes.
It was 6 episodes,
Yeah.
so 2 full episodes. So a third of the show was to do nothing with the guy in the title,
Yeah.
and then this one, when they even do the previously on,
I told you what
they
I
don't previously on any of the stuff that happened in Boba Fett. So you don't, if
No.
you never saw Boba Fett, you wouldn't know what was going on.
Boba Fett should be a serial show where it's every week it's a different person he's involved with, going against, fighting against.
No,
It should be that's what Boba Fett should have been.
They made him so lame. He was like now like a good guy, and
Yeah, it was just-
And an old man.
well,
well, that I didn't have a
that
problem
was
with
fine.
that because the guy
he was in
guy
the
that played him was
Sarlacc pit for
badass, yeah.
5 years, so that's going to add some years to you.
What is the one that has the actor that played Jar Jar Binks in it?
That's
He was
he's
in this last
one.
episode of
the
Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's in the latest
I
episode.
saw a
plays a
lot of
Jedi.
like, stuff about like redeeming.
He looks like a
him.
young Mace Windu.
Oh,
It's funny because he's like our age-ish. Like he's like born in
really?
like 72
Ahmed
or something
Best.
like that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he looked really good. I was like, did they de-age him or is he just like black don't crack? So we're just like, yeah, we're good with him. I wonder if they're going to
He's
bring
playing
him
some Bella, whatever his name was. I didn't.
the character in the
Yeah.
Mandalorian. Yeah. But I wonder if they're going to bring him back. I wonder if like somehow he's going to
Oh,
be
maybe yeah.
a survivor.
Well,
of
it seemed
Order
like he had more to
66.
do. Like right, remember he's like yeah.
That would be great if they brought him back.
But it was a
And
really
as
good
long as he's
episode
not
this
going like, Misa, happy to be here. Like, come on, dude. No,
That's
no,
so
no.
bad.
I love Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my God.
He's
you might
so
have,
happy.
You might have to leave the podcast. That is a
Look,
very unpopular opinion.
I saw
here.
him when I was 6 years
Yeah,
old.
I know.
So
the
she
theaters.
seems like she's seen a lot of movies. Did you see Cocaine Bear?
Yes, it was so good.
Right? I loved it. Yeah.
It was so good.
Hey, so you said you were just in Atlanta,
I was.
and what'd you do there?
So we flew in for the day. I did the Atlanta
Wait,
Aquarium.
can we say like, was it a reason why you chose Atlanta, or
Oh.
is it just you just like, oh, let's go to Atlanta? For
I wanted
fun.
to see the whale sharks they have in their aquarium
Okay.
because they're like one of the only places that have whale sharks. And it-
Did you get like a cheap flight? Like,
yeah, it was $40 round trip
Out of Trenton?
Round trip.
Or
out of
Wow.
Philly.
And
$40 round trip. That's crazy.
It is, and then we took the train. I went with my roommate, and we took the train in. So the train was $2 round trip
from the airport
Yeah.
into like Center City or
into
wherever.
the middle, and then we walked. We took an Uber to the botanical gardens after the World of Coke, but then we walked everywhere. We walked 10 miles and took
The
the
World
train
of
in.
Coke sounds like something that should be illegal.
Sounds fun.
It was wild. You get greeted by this man that I swear was on cocaine, and he's dressed like the.
Well, just because
Lorax.
it's not in Coca-Cola anymore doesn't mean that they don't have
He's
a
on the
stockpile.
original. He's on
back there.
the he's on the original recipe Coca
Oh
Cola.
yes, and he looks like the Lorax, but in all red for Coke. But we did that. That
Is
was
it
really
supposed to be
fun.
like a Willy Wonka type place where you're.
They came out. He was like in
No.
a cane, and he walked up, and then he did the roll.
That would have been amazing. You know what? A little bit, because when we walked in, there's another man in a sparkly vest saying, "I can get you in. I can get you in right now. You don't have to wait." And I was in
my
it. I'm
God.
cheesy, and I was
Why
like,
are you
"Let's go,
trying
let's
so hard,
go."
man?
We'd already bought our tickets, so we like ran in
I'm in, dude. Don't worry.
to get in.
Did
for
you go to the
show.
world of Coca-Cola or the world of Coke?
Well, that's what I think we're trying to
I
decide.
think we would have
right
had
now.
more fun at the
Did
World
you
of
did you
Coke,
miss the
but-
7 jokes that Andy already did about that?
That's how I started with that, didn't I? So what do you do with the world of
So
Coke?
there's different
I don't pay
exhibits.
attention.
Shocking.
He was talking to his inner monologue again.
Exactly. Instead of always going like, man, I could do some Coke right now.
They have a bunch of different exhibits like you can like go through. Like one of the ones talks about the secret recipe, and they actually have it there in a vault, which was really cool.
Did they talk about
It's like
when they
battery acid. It's not really that special.
Did they talk about when they switched to new Coke and people went crazy?
They might have. We kind of just walked through it.
I feel like the new Coke era of Coca-Cola is like when you take the open air bus through Berlin, and from 1939 to 1945, they just yada yada over it, and they're like, yeah, that didn't happen. What are you
And then
talking
you're
about?
like, wait, why'd you jump those years? What happened?
So in 1946, everything started getting good again. You're like, wait a minute, go back.
Did I miss something?
New Coke
Pages
didn't
are stuck
happen.
together.
So the World of Coke and
So
the aquarium.
Yeah, which is right in the same area. But so that was cool. It's like a whole complex that was right there, and the aquarium was totally awesome. I mean, like when you walk in, there's all these different exhibits. They have a whole shark tank. We saw hammerhead sharks.
I
I'm
love
apparently
hammerhead
obsessed with
sharks.
hammerhead sharks as well because I kept getting very excited every time
They're
I
off
came
the
by.
Jersey Shore. There's a whole bunch of them.
Apparently, the one we have at the Cannon Aquarium is an asshole and eats the fish for fun,
Oh.
even though he is well
I'm
fed.
so glad to hear that. That's awesome.
So the one
The
at
hammerhead's an asshole.
We got a Jersey hammer.
Oh yeah, and if you look it up on
What are you
like,
doing
Line,
over there?
you can see him just eating a fish. For
That's
fun.
awesome.
Like,
Why, I mean, there's fish floating around with the shark.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like
Well, he's with
so
Gen
they're
Pop,
so
right?
they're
Is
Is
fed.
it-
yes.
they put the shark in Gen Pop. Like, why would they do that? You would think that they.
Well, they feed them like 6 times a week or something crazy, or 3
And they
times
have
a week.
Do they
So
still
they're
have the
overfed.
hippos? Camden still has the
Camden
hippos.
still has
oh
the
my god, that's
hippos,
awesome! You
yeah.
can see them below the water line and stuff like that.
So fun.
And pooping.
And it's all green.
God.
Just like
We
this is
saw a
gross.
sea turtle poop while we were in Atlanta.
that's awesome.
That was
Those
fun.
sea turtles are awesome. Those giant sea turtles, man. I would love to swim with them. That would be
You
sick.
can swim with them at this in Atlanta and also the whale sharks. The whale sharks don't hurt you.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to know
But-
how to swim before you do this?
You do.
Oh,
That is a prerequisite.
Did you do any of that?
No, we wanted to do so. It was we had the sharks exhibit, then there was an otter exhibit, and then there were seals, sea lions, beluga whales,
Wow.
which was really
Nice.
cool. Dolphins, and then the big tank that had the whale sharks. And so there's 2 whale sharks there, and then they have 2 manta rays, which are huge. They're like bigger than me, probably bigger than you, like height wise.
She's pointing at me.
I am
Not bigger
sorry.
than me, though. Obviously, she's saying something there.
but
She's not making eye
She's like,
contact.
listen,
She's like trying to move on to
Not
the
bigger
next
than you.
sentence.
I don't know how tall you guys are. I know my dad is tall, so they're like really tall.
I'm shorter than their dad, so I fit in there. He's bigger than me then.
Well, the whale sharks are like the size of a bus. They're like 27 feet long.
Well, that's bigger than me.
Yeah.
And then the manta rays,
It's a big fish.
Yeah, I think
They're
you're
really
you're
cool.
safe there.
no, they're all bigger than you, than everyone. But when you go through that too, there's like a walkway, like tunnel where you can go on and stand on it as it moves you, so you can just look around.
It
You don't have to worry about walking.
Doesn't Camden have
Manta
that
ray,
one
that's
where
what
you walk
killed
through that?
Steve Irwin, right?
No, a
No, that's
stingray.
a stingray.
Stingray, okay, yeah.
Yeah, well, that one's cool. That's
Oh.
like the shark tunnel.
You can walk through the tunnel. Yeah, and the sharks are like swimming.
Oh, they're over
you.
you. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool, yeah.
My kids
They
are
kinda
older now. I haven't
rest
been
on
to an
there.
aquarium in a long time.
Did you see
you don't
any,
go for fun.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you see any
I took them
octopi?
to. I took them to
Yes,
the
I did see an
Camden
octopus,
in
and we saw
Baltimore.
it move, and it changed its colors.
I love
Just
that.
just so you know, my kids are older too.
And
Well, I noticed
I
you didn't.
know
all they
myself
would
to
go.
the aquarium. Yeah, I know.
Just go to
I'm your
aquariums.
second child who specifically went to Atlanta for the aquarium. And then the World of Coke. Sorry, I didn't mention this before. They have one that their last exhibit is all different flavors of Coke around the world and like different stuff. And
Can you
Catherine,
get any of those to take home with you?
No, but you don't want to. They're disgusting.
But why are they different? Like, isn't Coke
Well, it's
Coke
not
wherever
just
you go?
Coke, but like you can also like different flavors. So there was like high C, like all their flavors.
All their stuff. All
But
their
there
What
was,
is
like-
is there any like native flavors? Like, this is like out in China.
Yeah.
This is the
So,
Japanese
like, the China's
wasabi
one was
Coke.
like plum, but it tasted like
They have
barbecue
wasabi
sauce.
Kit Kats.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
There was one I think from Italy that was Oh my God. I almost threw up. Like, it was
Squinchili
so
flavored.
gross.
And it said boopity boop.
There was a bunch of ones that were just horrific. And Catherine, my roommate, tried all of them. And I was like, I gave up. I was like, I'm going to be sick. I can't have any more.
How much do they give you to taste? Like a shot glass? For
You get like a full, you can have a full glass if you want.
Wow.
But it's disgusting.
How do you do a tasting of all that? Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's what you only really put a little bit in because you don't
A
know.
6-pack of Coke in one sitting.
That's what, it might be gross. So you only have like a little bit. And then when you walk out, of course, there's a huge store.
Oh, well, of course.
Oh, if anybody
Everything always
wants,
ends in
I
a gift
have
store.
shoelaces that say Coca-Cola in different languages on them that I was shanghaied into buying because they were like, they only get sold here in this store. And it was like a grab bag, so you
God.
didn't know what was in it. So I got it for $3 and it was shoelaces.
It's so funny you should
$3
say
isn't
that
bad.
Shanghai thing. When I was in Florida and I guess I woke up during the middle of the night and the TV was on and I guess I bought like 5 coins off one of those QVC things.
Oh my God.
They arrived the other day and I was like, what? I'm like, I opened it up. I'm like, what the hell is this? And there's like 5 gold, like
Trump coins?
no. Buffalo Indian head, like the old nickel.
Oh.
They look like the nickel, but they're big and gold. I'm like, where the hell is this from? And I looked, I'm like, oh shit, I bought this when I was in Florida. I must have been like completely out of my mind. I bought that. And now they're
You'd be
sitting up.
delirious.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't even remember doing this. But I have 5 coins now and they're
I was
worthless.
fully sober when I
I
bought
paid
my shoelaces.
$52 for them and I think they're worth $0.
You
and
woke
0
up and
cents.
walked out, and Jules was like, "This is a great deal."
Listen, Andy. I've been trying to buy these coins.
But then we went to the botanical gardens.
Botanical Gardens.
And then we went to that big park. What is that called?
Turner Field,
No. The
Georgia Dome.
I don't know.
Did you see Augusta?
No, we were just in Atlanta.
Now, Atlanta is renowned for their strip clubs. Did you partake of that?
I don't know if it would have been good like middle of the day because like
that's true.
Now, what
daytime
time-
strip clubs
Day
are
strippers
bad.
are never.
What time did
never
you get there and
want.
what time did you leave?
We got there around 8 a.m. and
Oh,
then
wow.
our flight was supposed to leave at 8 p.m. and it got delayed till 11.
Did you take Frontier or Spirit?
We took Frontier. And so we got to the airport at 6, then found out our a flight was delayed 2 hours. Well, so it was delayed 2 hours. So 10 o'clock. So we were kind of pissed because we could have spent more time in the city. But at that point, we were already at the airport. So we just stayed in the airport.
These airports, man.
Did you drink?
No, I didn't want to be sick. I actually did get sick. I had
She
stomach
drank a
problems.
6-pack of Coke already. Like she couldn't fit anything else in her.
No. Well, we went to the best, supposedly the best, like breakfast fried chicken in the city, which was really good. I had breakfast tacos with the fried chicken for breakfast.
When I was in Alabama, every single place I ate purported to be the best in the world of something.
Yes.
The best fried shrimp, the best whatever the fuck. So I'm just like,
Did you
really?
get
I'm
any
like,
of that when you
yeah,
went there?
every single time. I'm like, I've eaten a lot of fried shrimp. I want to taste the best.
Oh, where was that? Bubba Gump's?
No chain things. But it's just so funny because I had it and I'm like, this is better than stuff that I've had at home.
The Centennial Park was cool because I knew that like a bomb had gone off at
That's
some Olympics.
where the
but-
Olympics were, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that it was like in a park. Like I think it was the year I was born.
I
Wasn't
didn't
that
see that
Stingray?
movie, but that movie's really good,
Was
right?
that Stingray that did that?
Yeah, Paul Walter Hauser.
I'm looking at
I
that
think-
park name.
Man, I was going to say Bill Clinton. I think Clint Eastwood directed that. That
Oh, the
Atlanta
Centennial
bombing
Park thing,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could say that Bill Clinton also
Well, I
did
was
it if he
thinking
wanted
I had
to.
Clint. I had Clint in my head, and I was like, Bill
Which
Clinton.
I heard recently that Clint hasn't been seen in over 400 days out in public.
Yeah,
Wow.
that doesn't bode well,
Yeah.
especially for a 92-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Piedmont Park, which I know is a famous park. We walked around that and I had a hot dog that did not agree with me.
You don't want to be walking around with that.
I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
But I was glad I was in the airport. It was a very clean airport.
I was in a lot of airports last week. They were all clean.
I
Although it's so funny, I got home whenever I got home, and we were driving into work like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. And the guys from WMMR, I'm going to make this I'm going to boil this down to the essentials. The WMMR guys had been in Orlando the week we were there. We didn't even know they were there. Whatever, doesn't matter. I wasn't going to go see them, but they were talking about how they were in the Orlando airport Saturday night, and one of the bathrooms they went into, like they were just like, I walked into the stall, and it's like it was everywhere. And I'm like, I walked into. I didn't go to these stalls when I was in the bathroom. But it's like I don't remember seeing anybody crawling out of a
That's
bathroom
just
because all the bathrooms I walked into were very nice in the Orlando airport. But it was just so funny. I was like there at the same time they were there.
When I went
just
into the
disgusting.
Orlando airport a month and a half ago. I did not enjoy my time
Well,
in that bathroom.
the only time I enjoyed in the Orlando airport was my time in the bathroom. Everything else sucked. You can listen
was
to our
so
mini
hot.
podcast from last week if you want all the gory details of that.
Yeah,
It's, like,
what
weirdly
did you do?
humid.
You tap your foot twice when you're sitting there? Is that
If you're a senator from Minnesota, I think that's what you do.
Oh my god!
Is that
Are
where
there
he was from,
strippers in
Minnesota?
there or hookers?
I think if
South
you want-
Carolina.
If you wanted to get some action,
it was in he was in like a rest stop, right?
something
yeah.
like that.
Oh, that guy
Oh.
out. He was West Coast. I was thinking, what's the South Carolina guy? Graham, Lady G.
Lindsey Graham?
Yeah,
He was getting hand jobs in a bathroom?
well, I think he gives them.
Oh, gives.
He looks like a sheep, so I'm surprised he's not just staying with his sheep.
Speaking of hand jobs, I can't wait to get to the podcast tonight.
Well, Brian, you said you watched a lot this week.
Yeah, well, it was Mandalorian and
Do we covered it? I didn't know if
Yeah.
we covered it. Okay, I wanted to make sure.
Mandalorian, a bunch of Korean crap.
I wanted to make sure we caught all the stuff because before I said, like, check us out on Spreaker, anywhere else you can get our podcast, Google, Spotify, Apple, you name it, we're there. Rate, subscribe, review, do all that fun stuff. It's The Jazoo on Twitter, Jazoo74 on Twitter, The Jazoo on Instagram. I've been Jason. It's been a mini.
I'm Andy, AEGonzo1 on Instagram, AEGonzo1970 on Twitter.
Papa Bad Kitty, Brian.
Caitie Alpin.